So about 40% of students that are registered with our office have mental health related concerns. So not just depression, but also anxiety, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, some of all of those other mental health related diagnoses. Now, of those 40%, some of them also report that they have additional diagnoses. So maybe a learning disability or ADHD. So it might not be just solely a mental health related type of a thing. But this past academic year, so just this past academic year, fall 2021 to now, we've seen a 15% increase in students who are requesting accommodations. So I think, and we think, that a lot of that has to do with the depression and anxiety. There are other factors that we think there's been an increase, but I think a lot of it does have to, this is coming after the pandemic. So we're seeing that 15% of increase in anxiety and depression. Many of those students have anxiety and depression, but there's also factors of, with a great thing that has come out of COVID for our office is offering these Zoom meetings and the convenience. So it might now be more convenient for students to meet with our office, get us documentation, get all that stuff. We've also seen a lot of students who've had these new diagnoses since the pandemic or exacerbated symptoms during the pandemic. Maybe they had a mental health diagnosis that they didn't need support before. They were using coping strategies. They were seeing a therapist, and now it's hard to find a therapist and get in with a therapist sometimes. So I think some of those exacerbated symptoms could also be a factor. And then like awareness, I think there's a lot of information out there regarding awareness for students that have mental health diagnoses. Hey, you can go to disability services and they can support that. Now, I know I said 40% of students registered with our office have mental health related diagnoses, but a few years ago, that was at 30%. So we're seeing a 10% over the past couple of years of students working with our office for mental health related diagnoses. The other statistic that I gathered was that 20% of care referrals that go into the care system through student support, 20% of those are disability related in terms of mental health. So that was another statistic that I was able to get from our director, Dr. Natalie Burek, to help kind of answer some questions related to mental health, depression, and the increase that we've seen since the pandemic.